Welcome to today's video. This video we are making the clone Dogma. This is going to be a series where we continue to repaint clones, especially the ones with names. The one that we're going to be painting is when he was on Umbara, which we are actually going to end up making an Umbara base for him, which is going to be very cool. But we're starting off with painting the stripes that he has on his arms. Now we'll move on to the other arm. After that, we're going to paint the stuff that's on his face, which it's kind of like this symbol. It's similar to Captain Rex's thing, how he has like those ears or whatever on the top of his head, but this is what it looks like. After that, we'll move on to the legs, which he has stripes from about his knee down. He has this really tiny red triangle on his forehead, which it was kind of hard to paint since it's tiny, but it worked out. But after that, I went on painting the, I guess, undersuit or like the under armor, which is black. Next, I went on to paint his chest symbol, which is basically just a triangle that goes from his chest to about, I'd say, above his waist. Then I went on and painted his black visor, which I actually use contrast paint, so it kind of flows into there a little bit better and I have to do less work. But after that, we moved on to the gun, which I painted. It looks black, but it's supposedly black gray. And now I'm going to use a sponge to element kind of chipping, which this just puts little splotches of white paint, and this makes it look like the paint's coming off, because during the Umbara arc it was a very hard time, whereas paint was very chipped and coming off. I decided actually to keep most of this footage because it is actually really satisfying in my opinion. Thank you for making it this far. The first comment, I will write your name, your username, on the side of his base. I'm also going to put his name, but that's why I'm not painting the base, so that the first comment can be written there. When I dropped him, it actually broke his arms off, which, you know, sometimes in life things will happen, but instead I just used it as an opportunity to paint his chest a little bit better as an opening. Next up, we're going to dry brush his gun to make it just a little bit worn down, and this puts just a little bit of metallic so you can see that his gun is, you know, been used over time. I've had this wash for like 3 years and it's still good. I use this kind of blackish gray wash to just accentuate the details of this and make it look, I guess, worn down, because during the Umbara arc there's a lot of mud and dirt and all that bad stuff that kind of makes you look dirty. But I believe this makes the mini look just a million times better. Then after just a little bit, I used a smaller brush to take it away from the flat areas to make sure it was only in the recesses, which is where you need it most. After this, I used some contrast paint on the base, just so it looks slightly black with, you know, quite a bit of gray in there. And this is, the ground of Umbara is gray, or at least very dark brown from what I saw from the show. But also they walk on this cobblestone path, which I believe this looks quite a bit like a cobblestone path, with especially like a path that's very muddy or dirty. Here's the mini before the highlights. I didn't record this because I thought it was going to go wrong and look horrible, but I used a airbrush to apply some highlights, and I also colored this bush because there's a lot of glowing red bushes on Umbara. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and like and subscribe.